My name is Dustin McClellan, and I serve as Pontiac Director at the Power Company Kids Club in Pontiac. And that's the ministry through which I gave my heart and life to Jesus Christ as a child. The Power Company Kids Club is a mission to children in the inner city. We've been working in the city of Pontiac for 23 years. Our mission is empowering children, building champions, reaching as many children as we can with the gospel message of Jesus Christ, and building as many as we can into leaders as effectively as we can. So every Saturday we bus in right around 600 to 700 kids to our center in Pontiac. We do it in 2 sessions, 10:30 and 2:30. The first hour's games, songs, prizes, fun atmosphere, and the last half hour is a strong, hard-hitting Bible lesson, encouraging kids to do the right thing, follow God, stay in school. And also, every single one of those kids that comes on Saturday is visited in their home every single week by one of our team members. At 7 years old, I got a knock on my door and heard that the Power Company Kids Club was in town and that I could go on a Saturday. I had no idea what it was about. I had no idea that I was about to hear the gospel message of Christ and that my life would be changed. And so I subsequently gave my heart and life to Christ, and now I have the opportunity to serve Him in the very ministry where I gave my heart to Christ. I think cities like Pontiac and Detroit are cities that do have an incredible amount of poverty and crime and violence. But yet in the midst of all of that, there are children who are full of potential that God can use in incredible ways and are making a huge difference as they serve God. And so we're seeing them come out by the hundreds and serve God and change their families, change their neighborhoods, change their schools, and we're thrilled about it. Folks can go to our website, www.powercompanykidsclub.org, and there's a couple of different ways. Giving is always important. We need people to support the work that we do so that we can continue in Pontiac and Detroit and even launch into other centers, other cities into the future. But also people can volunteer. They can come down and check out what we do. Maybe they want to come down and be a part of one of our feeding programs, but they can go right onto our website and learn more information about how they can get plugged in. My dad was absent. He wasn't around. I'm grateful and thankful that I had very strong male figures that came into my life and helped me. But it's tough when you don't have a dad or don't have a mom, or don't have either of your parents and you're living with your grandparents. It's very tough to learn how to live, to walk through experiences. And I think at the end of the day, the most important thing to know is this, that God created you. He's got a plan for your life. And whether you've got both your parents or you don't have any parents, He can use you in the same way as effectively as He can someone who does have their parents. And that's the incredible thing about our God. He paves that way. He's our Father. Even when we don't see it, even when we don't realize it, even though we think there may be lack in our life, He meets those needs in a supernatural way. I think an important thing to know is that there is nothing impossible for God. There is no person that He can't save. There is no situation that He can't change. And even the lowliest of circumstances and people, God has the power to make a difference. Daquan is a perfect example. Being abandoned by his parents at 2 weeks old, he really had every opportunity to be a statistic. And so being adopted by elderly parents, they took him in and he started coming to Power Company at kindergarten. This is a young man who has an incredible amount of potential, who's leading at home, who's leading in every area. And we believe, whether it's at Power Company or elsewhere in ministry, that God will use him in incredible, tangible ways. And he's just one example of thousands of children that are hopping on our buses and coming to our centers that God is using in a tremendous way. We often get asked, how does it work? How are we successful? And there's 2 things that are absolutely key: relationships and consistency. These children see us more often than they see a lot of their family members. They know we're going to be there week in and week out. Snow, sleet, sun, rain, we're going to be at their doorstep. And so that makes the difference. That allows us to have longevity in the city, and we become like family to the children and their families.